My dearest Emily, I tried to find the biggest card that and I thought this was pretty dope. He's not one to say dope. I'm not even a little nervous today as I can't wait to see what you are wearing and how beautiful you look. I have been dreaming of this day forever now, and in a few more hours I will be here. I love you so much, and please take these gifts as a small token of our appreciation.
It's gifts plural.
A candle for you to burn in Sydney, and even though we won't be in the same state, I am happy. The smell will remind you of me. Perfume for today, though no one will know I gave it to you, it will be our secret to hold. You will now be a maid, yay. This, This mug will let everyone know, plus I think it'll be cool in the photos today. Every day I tell myself how lucky I am. I just had to buy it to get, it's for today. I love you, kids. Oh my goodness.
You're dripping.
I know.
You're dripping. Alright, where are the tissues?
You have to decide which one you're going to wear.
I know. I wasn't supposed to cry. Everyone else is crying but me.
What he got you?
Yeah.
You did.
That's a good.
Stupid card. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, yum.
Sure, it smells like him, but
The scent of Kieran. Essence of Kieran.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. See, that's perfect.
Yeah, I'll have to choose. It's a hard decision.
you go now if you wear yours.
Yeah, my hair feels better
Actually, yeah, put your head down. There we go. Be cool. Nice long hug, nice long hold it. Hold it. Aww.
Good. Stay. Hey, how's it going? How's it feeling? Yeah, good.
Kiss me out of the bearded barley nightly, beside the green, green grass. Swing, swing, swing the spinning step. You wear the shoes and I will wear that dress. So kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band and let the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling. So kiss me. Kiss me down by the broken tree house. Swing me upon its hanging tire. Bring, bring, bring your flowered hat. We'll take the trail marked on your father's map. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band and let the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling. So kiss me.
Now, are you gonna hit the...
So kiss me.
Well, welcome everyone to this absolutely stunning location where we get to celebrate along with Emily and Kieran as they publicly pledge their love and their desire to be together forever. If you do have a seat, please feel free to sit down. Thank you. Well, I love officiating weddings where I've had a history with the family. So to you, Doug and Bernie and the whole May and Jacob family, thank you for involving me once again in such a significant family event. And I'd also like to pay respect to Emily's family, especially to you, Glenn and Tracy. From the short time that I've got to meet with Emily and Kieran, it's clear that you have a very special daughter who knows what she wants and has clearly found the man in Kieran that she wants to build a family with and a future. The Bible reads in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 7, love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. But love never fails. Well, you've both found what is good in each other. And this is to be savoured, celebrated, and enjoyed today as much as every day that you spend from here on together. If I may share some words from an unknown author that help depict the essence of what you both see as important in your relationship, with these words that are chosen by you. Love isn't always perfect. It isn't a fairy tale or a storybook, and it doesn't always come easy. Love is overcoming obstacles, facing challenges, fighting to be together, holding on, and never letting go. It is a short word, easy to spell, difficult to define, and impossible to live without. Love is work, but most of all, love is realizing that every hour, every minute, and every second was worth it because you did it together. Well, as the official marriage celebrant today, I'm obligated to state that I'm duly authorized by the law to solemnize marriages according to the law. And before you are joined in marriage in my presence and the presence of all these witnesses, I'm to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you now are about to enter. Because marriage according to the law in Australia is the union between two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. And marriage is designed to complete what you have both been longing for in life. Kieran and Emily, you each bring to this marriage your own spirit and personality, which is uniquely your own, to form a union that is based on friendship, respect, and love. And although marriage symbolizes the intimate sharing of two lives, it should not diminish, but rather enhance each of what you bring into the marriage. A lasting marriage will continually grow in understanding and in respect. So consideration of each other's feelings and needs will grow out of truly caring for each other. And Kieran and Emily, in your marriage, you will no doubt experience changes, creating a lifetime of discovery and of rediscovery. And at times your marriage may even experience challenges and tough times, which is where your deep love for each other and your jovial manner will fittingly make light of such times so that you can laugh at the days ahead. You should both seek to protect and treasure the bond that you each have and consider your marriage as sacred, continually fueling your love for each other with expressions of intimacy and genuine love. Love that is indescribable, an indescribable force that attracted you to each other and has given you support to push through all circumstances. So ways to express this love will need to be continually acquired and readily expressed in ways that move the hearts of one another. So today, Kieran and Emily, you've chosen to be united for a life of fulfillment together. From this day forward, you will come closer together than ever before. You will promise to love and to be there for one another always, giving you the strength to seek your unique destinies, which will no doubt include exciting adventures and maybe even one day the raising of little Kierans and little Emilys. And your family and friends will continue to remain the tower of strength to support you both. They've always been there for you as a beacon of encouragement to guide you and to be the needed yardstick to help you make the best choices, and will continue to help ensure your partnership remains exciting and fulfilling. So in your journey ahead, may you love deeply, laugh heartily, practice patience, and smile often. May you dream together, grow, be crazy, give and give in, and trust enough to take. May you see many sunrises, listen to the rain, and savor those kind of special moments. And may you rediscover each other, listen carefully, and always have open hearts. Well, at this time, Emily has a special item.
shadows. Baby, kiss me before they turn the lights out. Your heart is glowing, and I'm crashing into you. Baby, kiss me before they turn the lights out. Before they turn the lights out. Baby, love me lights out in the darkest night. Search through the crowd. Your face is all that I see. I give you everything. Baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. You can turn the lights out. We don't have forever. Baby, daylight's wasting. You better take me before our time is run out. Nobody sees what we see. They're just hopelessly gazing. Baby, take me before they turn the lights out. Before time is run out. Baby, love me lights out in the darkest night. Search through the crowd. Your face is all that I see. Give you everything. Baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. You can turn my lights out. I love you like EXO. You love me like EXO. You kill me, boy, EXO. You love me like EXO. It's all that I see. I give you everything. Baby, love me.
I couldn't look at you.
I got some plans for you.
I couldn't handle that.
Well, Emily, if I can invite you to hold Kieran's hands, palms up, so that you may see the gift that they are to you. That's it, that's it. Well, these are the hands of your best friend. Your best friend, young, strong, and vibrant with love, that are holding yours on your wedding day, as he promises to love you all the days of his life. And these are the hands that will work alongside yours, as together you build your future. And these are the hands that look so large and strong, yet will be so gentle. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. And these are the hands that will comfort you at all times. These are the hands that will hold you with love and desire as you travel the world and as you raise your own family. And these are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years for a lifetime of happiness. And Kieran, if I can invite you to hold Emily's hands, palms up, so that you may see the gift that they are to you. Well, these are the hands of your best friend, smooth, young, and caring, that are holding yours on your wedding day, as she pledges her love and commitment to you all the days of her life. And these are the hands that will hold you in tender love, soothing you through illness and hurt, and supporting and encouraging you all the way. These are the hands that will hold you tight as you struggle through challenging times. And these are the hands that won't let go as you laugh and cry, and as you share your innermost secrets and dreams. They are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years. And these are the hands that will give you support as she encourages you to chase down your dreams. Then together, as a team, hand in hand, for a lifetime. Well, it is now time for you to pledge your vows to each other. So Emily, if I could ask you to repeat after me.
Okay. Oh yeah. I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Emily Louise Davidson, take you, Kieran Grant May, to be my lawful wedded husband.
And you, Emily, promise to respect and support Kieran throughout your lives and pledge to give him the same happiness that he gives to you. And do you promise to share with him all that is to come and to make your home one of love and of understanding? And do you promise to always keep your sense of humour, clean up your cups of tea, and make his dinner occasionally? Do you promise to face all of life's experiences together and always show him your affection for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And do you have a ring? You hope so.
I hope so.
And as you give Kieran this ring, may it serve as a constant reminder of this special day, of your promise to love Kieran for the rest of your life. It's your turn, Kieran. If you could repeat after me.
I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Kieran Grant May, take you, Emily Louise Davidson, to be my lawful wedded wife.
And you, Kieran, promise to be Emily's best friend, to respect her, to support her, to be patient with her, to work together to achieve your goals. And do you accept her unconditionally and promise to be her equal partner in a loving and honest relationship? And do you promise to always keep your sense of humour, cuddle her and hold her hand when in public? And do you promise to face all of life's experiences together and always show her your affection for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
And do you have a ring? Well, Kieran, you've chosen to seal your love for Emily through the exchange of this ring. This ring has no beginning and no end, and therefore symbolises the never-ending love that you share. At this time, Kieran and Emily would like to share some personal vows.
Oh, okay. Sorry, we had to fold it up small. Kieran, I promise you strength, forgiveness, laughter, hope, and above all else, love. I will give you strength when you need it most and ensure that your courage never falters. I will always forgive, even when you put things in the wrong place. I will always strive to make you laugh, to laugh with you, and to sometimes laugh about you. I hope that your beloved Swannies win next year. I love you. I will always love you every second of every day, when I'm angry, annoyed, or tired. You are my strength, courage, and hope. I cannot wait to laugh with you every day. I will love you always.
My dearest Emily, I remember the first time we connected. It was like a fantasy. I saw you dancing and I was attracted like a magnet. Throughout our years, I know I can be hard to deal with, and I want to make life as easy as possible. So I promise to try and make you laugh, no matter how hard the day has been. I promise to always listen, even when some stories drag on with the details. I promise to protect you, even when life feels like it is turned against us. I promise to not get mad, even when your clothes have been on the floor for over a week. I promise to try as hard as I possibly can, as all I want to do is make you happy. I love you so much, Emily. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
Well, it does seem the perfect time for a kiss. However, we're just going to wait a little bit longer because Emily and Kieran are going to sign the marriage register along with their chosen witnesses in Michael and Taylor. You will be entertained with some music, and then they shall return for a much anticipated kiss.
I was like, don't cry, don't cry. Don't look at her, just look at the floor.
I couldn't look at you, I couldn't look at Dad. I had to keep looking at Brody.
That's good.
Here we go. All right, so I'll just point you sign. There's 3 signatures.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I'll go you first, Emily. Okay, so that one right there.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. And if you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. We found out what we're made of
Taylor.
when we call to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really need to me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you are seated, could you please be upstanding? It is with a great honour and a privilege that I can now pronounce them for the very first time as Mr. and Mrs. Kieran and Emily May, and invite you, Kieran, to kiss your wife.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and kids. We warmly welcome you to Kieran and Emily May. That sounds good saying. Wedding. Kieran didn't trust just myself to do this, so my name's Daniel, aka Leake, or preferably Skeletal, and also my good friend.
I'm Dave, or most of you know me as Ricketts, and we'll be your MCs for the evening. All right, now we're up for introducing the bridal party. So first in we have Ben May and Danielle Thrift.
And the best man, Michael Back, and maid of honour, Taylor Jarrett.
We could be
Do the rain dance, do the rain dance.
We could be
And now the two we've all been waiting for, the freshly married Mr. and Mrs. May.
Wow, what an entrance. How good. Awesome. As mentioned before, Dave and I are the MCs. We're also the RSA marshals, and we've got a few eyes on a couple of people. Taryn Davidson, wherever you are. Brenton Anthony Bell. Timothy Sloan Mode. And of course, Cyclone J. Goes without saying. Just a bit of housekeeping. The bathrooms are just through there to the right, and if there is an emergency, just enter these double doors out to the rolling lawns out the front there. Ricketts, there's no...
And then when everyone wants to hit the dance floor a little bit later, just remember no bottles or glass on the dance floor, guys.
You too. And there's a booklet on each of your seats with a bit of a nice note from Kieran and Emily. So just read through there, and there's a find a word, which, it's a pretty decent game. And just in terms of the... Kieran and Emily have donated to, it's called the TIER Foundation, so they help out unfortunate people or misfortunate people in communities, teaching and that sort of thing. So just put all your donations into there. I know a few of you got some deep pockets. Oaksy, you're going pretty well over there. A couple of houses. Nice. That's basically the main stuff. And drinks, they're free until 10:45, so rip in. And the entrees are getting served now. Cheers. Enjoy.
Okay, I get the honour of kicking off the formalities for this evening, and what an absolutely magical day it has been. Thank you so much to everybody here for coming together to make what I know is a dream come true for Emily and Kieran today. Now, unfortunately, I'm not up here to embarrass Taryn tonight, so I won't outline how the Davidsons first came to be on my radar, but... I'll save that. But Emily and I first met on the bus coming home from our primary schools. I don't think either of us ever spoke to each other, both probably too shy at that point to say hi. But there was always eye contact, and we sat by each other while our brothers and my nephew sat together. I remember starting high school and wondering whether the girl on the bus would be going into Year 7 with me. As luck would have it, there she was in all of my classes. And before you know it, I'm invited to an impromptu sleepover and watching The Mummy, which she seemed to find to be the funniest movie ever made. I still don't get it, but Emily's infectious personality made me want to stick around. There are too many moments and memories to count. Moving through high school, our various degrees, and 2 extended long-distance relationships when life took us our separate ways. And through all of that, she is still the girl who is always there at the other end of the phone, even if it takes a couple of goes. She's the girl who flies to Perth for less than 48 hours to spend your birthday with you. In writing this speech and thinking of all the things I love about this stunning woman, so many words come to mind. Kind, warm, funny, loyal, strong. But I think the best way to describe her in one word is sunshine. She can literally light up a room when she enters it. She'll walk into a party where she knows no one and walk out having made friends with everybody there. She inspires me every day with the joy that seems to radiate from her, as well as her love of life and passion for the passion that she has for her work as well as her loved ones. Kieran, I know you know what a lucky man you are. And it's only really been in the last few years that I've properly gotten to know you. And it's always going to be a hard task winning over an overprotective best friend. But there is no doubt in my mind seeing how happy you make each other and the incredible love that you share, that this is meant to be. I'm so happy you found each other that night on a Surfers Paradise dance floor. So, here's to the new Mr. and Mrs. May, their happily ever after, and all the highs and lows that come with it on the way.
There comes a time in everyone's life when they meet a certain someone. Someone to grow old with, someone to laugh with, someone they know who will be there for them for the rest of their life. That moment came for Kieran 21 years ago when he met me. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Michael, or some of you may know me as Backy. Kieran and I first met in kindergarten and we've been best friends ever since. Pretty cute. To be honest, I was nervous when Kieran asked me, just like I am now, to be the best man, because I knew that meant getting up and giving a speech in front of his closest family and friends, all 140 of you. I am extremely honoured to be standing in front of you all today and in such a beautiful setting. Speaking of beautiful, how can I go past the bridal party? Ben, for me, you scrub up all right. Taylor and Danny, you look absolutely stunning and the perfect addition to the beautiful bride, Emily. Danny, I actually know a guy. He's just sitting right here. Kieran has always been someone I look up to. His work ethic, drive and moral compass come in only behind his negotiating skills. After all, if he wasn't able to quickly get Emily off that rock, we might not be here today. Our friendship has grown over the years and it truly means a lot to me. Not only because he's taught me every which way to earn a frequent flyer point, or because I beat him every time we played pool, but because of all the laughs, good times and memories we've shared together. Some of my earliest memories of our friendship is going up to the coast to the May family caravan. We would rush up there after school on a Friday, spend the whole weekend at the beach, hang out with Dougie, the number one May. And go fishing. I think that is where Kieran may have developed his interest in fish hooks. Luckily, growing up, this tradition continued, and we would spend many more weekends up at the van with our mates. There is one story in particular I could tell from a night on the golf course, but it might be a bit too longy, so I'll save it for another time. Out of school, Kieran and I both chose to do a carpentry apprenticeship. I left in year 12, Kieran in year 10, so he had a few years up his tool belt. Working together one day and putting together a roof, Kieran called me over. Backy, can you hold this piece of timber for me? I ran over and I'm like, yeah, no worries, Kiers. Holding it in position, I said, yep, ready, fire away. Kieran fired, boom. I let go of the timber and the timber hit the ground. Kieran had fired into a knot and the nail was now hanging out of my hand. I looked at him in a bit of shock and he goes, well, why'd you put your hand there? Typical Kieran response, and not the last time we've engaged in each other's lives. More recently, Kieran moved down to Melbourne. We moved in together, we worked together, we spent almost every waking hour together. This is when I realised that it was real. It was true love. I'm not talking about me this time, I'm talking about Emily. Emily laughed at Kieran's poor jokes, told him his trumped hair looked great again. They even cried together watching movies. One day I came home to Emily and Kieran on the lounge. Kieran quickly wiped his face. And I was like, Kieran, you right? Yeah, I'm right. Yeah. Looked at Emily, she was crying too. I was like, oh, what's happened here? Looked up and they're watching Twilight. What you guys have been able to achieve in your time together is truly remarkable. And I'm really excited to see what the next chapter holds. I wish you guys nothing but happiness, love and success for the rest of your years. So if you all now join me in raising a glass to Mr. and Mrs. May, we wish you a love, long and happy marriage. Thank you.
If you had asked me, say 8-9 months ago, what today was going to be like, I had a very clear picture in my head. On several occasions, Tracy and I had sat down with Emily and spoken to her about one day she'll get married. And our advice to her was to elope. We said, save your money. All the time we're thinking, save our money as well. Today you've seen a beautiful ceremony at a spectacular location on a glorious day. And that was Emily and Kieran's vision, with a little bit of help from their wedding planner. And any picture that I would have had of today is long forgotten and replaced with something that's just magical and incredible, and I will remember it for the rest of my life. I want to thank you all for coming today. It's a pleasure to have you here. There's friends, there's family, there's new friends and new family, and you're here because each and every one of you have some role to play in the life of these two. You've helped mould and shape them and sculpt them into the people that they are. And for Tracy and I, we thank you for that because they're just two incredible people. I want to formally welcome Doug and Bernie into our family. I can't believe it's been 7 years since these two got together, and the four of us have shared some moments, some great times, and I'm sure there'll be some more times when the Davidson and May families will come together and celebrate some more special occasions. Maybe soon, but we'll see how we go. But it's been a pleasure getting to know you two over this time. I thank you. 9,736 days ago, Emily was born. Now, I'm not going to talk about every single day. In fact, I've been told I can't talk about the partying and the late nights, so that pretty much narrows down the window. But what I do want to talk about is about 7.5 months before that event. Not 9 months, 7.5 months. Tracy informed me that we're going to be parents. And I had every single emotion that you can think of going through my body. Joy, happiness, excitement, apprehension, everything. But being a man of very, very few words, I struggled actually to convey what I was feeling. Everything that I was feeling here just wouldn't come out. And after a few moments, probably a few minutes of silence, when I finally did speak, the words that came out were those of the four-letter kind. I hadn't seen Emily in her wedding dress until today, and those same feelings of emotion came flooding back. Now, I'm not going to swear, but joy, happiness, excitement, maybe a little bit of apprehension, but everything that I felt that day just came flooding back, and I'm still lost for words in how I can explain the way I feel about her. Don't look at me. She's grown into just an incredible, beautiful young woman. She has this happy-go-lucky attitude to life, which, as Taylor said before, is just infectious. And for me, every time I see her, I just smile. It just makes me smile. On the other hand, Kieran, I can talk about for hours. Kieran. Kieran followed the traditional path of proposing, which was nice. He came around to our place one night, handed me a beer, and asked me for his permission to propose to my daughter. And I was really touched by the gesture. But I thought Emily would be worth more than one beer. I was thinking maybe a case, maybe two if I stretch it a bit. So I reluctantly said yes. And as a lot of you know, he had a big thing planned that weekend. But But that night we'd gone out for a meal, and we got home, and Taryn, being his big, strong and very caring brother, shirt-fronted Kieran and told him, "You better look after my sister." Which was lucky, because Emily was right in the room and she didn't cotton on to what was going on. So, as we know, Kieran managed to propose, and she said yes. Over the years, Tracy and I have grown very close and very fond of Kieran. In fact, Kieran, Taryn and Emily and I did Tough Mudder one year, and there was one particular obstacle that we had to manoeuvre as a team, and we had to get very close. And let's just say some body parts came a little bit closer to body parts that we... But I guess we got in a position where a father-in-law and his future son-in-law just should not be. But it's funny, because since that moment I felt like Kieran and I have just got that little bit closer, and I feel as though he and Emily are starting on their forever relationship, and he and I start on our forever bond. Today's been a great day. I look around the room and I look around at the ceremony and I see lots of smiles, lots of laughter, and it's comforting for Tracy and I, because I see in you the joy and the happiness that you share for these two, and it just confirms that Tracy and I share the same view, that these guys will have a everlasting relationship. So I thank you for that. High-low. We do this thing called high-low at home. My low today is walking down the stairs at Bradley's Head in new shoes. My high today is walking down the stairs at Bradley's Head with my favourite daughter.
Yes, doggy.
So please all raise your glasses to the bride and groom, Emily and Kieran.
Yeah, I'm only a dumb roofer, so I've written my speech out. Yeah, so welcome. It's great to see everyone. You know, oh, sorry. I was starting. Okay, welcome. It's great to see everyone here for Kieran and Emily's special day. Thanks for all coming. Oh, okay. Thanks for all coming. For those that don't know me, I'm Doug, and that's my beautiful wife over there, Bernie. So it's my job to talk a little bit about Kieran. You know, Kieran's our firstborn. He's the first grandchild of the Jacob clan, so he's pretty well spoilt from day one. I remember his aunties at the hospital poking their head in and seeing if Kieran's been born. There was always an auntie to fight to take Kieran out for the day or visit him at home when he was young. Kieran was a happy child who just laughed and giggled. He was the chatty one who always saw the funny side in life. He's come a long way from standing under the clothesline waiting for his favourite blankie to dry. Kieran got the chicken pox when he was young, and he was petrified that he was going to turn into a chicken. As a kid, Kieran loved reptiles, brand clothes, fussy hairdos and camping. Kieran didn't really give us too much trouble. As a teenager, there was a couple of times though. As you heard that we used to go up the caravan, and this one weekend, so we used to go up most weekends in summer, and this one weekend Kieran said, "Oh Dad, I can't go, I've got too much homework." Well, Kieran didn't do homework, so anyway, we went up and we returned. Anyway, the house was spotless, so that was another little red flag. Anyway, we found a few empty beer bottles around the place, and before long we found out he had a party. And we got wind that there was people that walked on the railway track on the way home, and I fronted Kieran. I said, "Why'd you let this happen for?" He says, "Dad, the house was full of so many people that I didn't even know. I couldn't leave the party." All Bernie wanted to know was, what everyone ate, and he said, "Oh yeah, I had a packet of M&Ms and a bag of chips." Kieran's always been fussy about his hairstyle and hairdo. You might have known. We had a local lady that used to come and cut everyone's hair, and mine and Burns, and we found out later that Kieran gave nightmares because he was just so fussy with his hair. And I'm sure Burn did a couple U-turns on school runs because Kieran had forgotten his gels. It brings me to another time where Kieran was 18, and this is when he went out with Jeff. A lot of you know Jeff. Anyway, me and Bernie were on the front veranda having brekkie. So he went out to a club, and then he come home the next day. So he had a pretty big one, and we were having brekkie on the front veranda, and he come up, and his head was shaved to the wall. And when those who've seen Kieran with short hair, he's got ears that stick out like wing nuts. It's not a real good look, not a real cool look. Anyway, I said to him, "What happened?" And he goes, I don't know what he said, he just mumbled and went to the fridge, grabbed a six-pack and said, "I'm going out." And me and Bern just looked at each other and said, "What was that?" We didn't have a clue what was happening. Do you remember, Giz? But overall, Kieran's been a great kid. We couldn't be prouder of him. We're thankful for, everything he's done, and he's done some great things. I'll always treasure the days when my sons were little and they were all living at home, and the house was full of fun and laughter. They tell me I've got to talk about Emily too, so that's one down. What can I say about Emily? Well, the first time I met Emily was at Penrith RSL. I was there to see Seattle Sound. And everyone knows that I'm the biggest deaf head in the world, so I couldn't hear a thing this girl was trying to talk to me about. And she had this silver headband, I don't know if you remember, and she looked like, I just thought, she looked like Pocahontas or whatever. But that was the first time. But as I've got to know Emily, I've learned that she's got a great sense of humour. She's fun-loving. She really brings out the best in Kieran. She's moved to Melbourne to be with him. She's a beautiful girl. Bernie's so excited to have Emily as part of our family and another girl to talk to instead of boys. But I always wanted a girl, so it looks like I've got a girl now. So. I'm not sure how many people know that today nearly didn't happen. Kieran rang me up and said, oh, Dad, I want to ask Emily to marry me, and I want to do a canyon, and can you come along? And I said, oh, okay. So I said, yeah, okay. Geez, I'm sweating here. What's going on? But I remember waking up. Geez. Thanks, mate. I remember waking up 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's freezing cold, and I'm thinking, why can't he just ask her at a restaurant or something like any other normal person? So Kieran, who is the ultimate planner, thought he would do this canyon, abseil down waterfalls, jump off rocks, and at the end of the abseil, propose to Emily. And the Mays and the Davidsons family would wait for a barbecue at the end. Well, we got to the first jump, it was like 4 foot. 4 foot. Emily tells everyone it was 4 metres. And so Kieran went first because he had the camera and all that. And I said to Em, do you want me to go next? And she says, yeah. So I jumped off with all the ropes. Anyway, we spent the next hour and a bit counting Emily down. We'd get to 8, 9, and then she'd say, whoa, start again. So we did that time and time again. And in the freezing cold. So after an hour, Kieran had to change his plans. So he got down on one knee and said, Emily, will you marry me? And to my surprise, Emily said no. And I thought, well, that's it. She said no. And I thought, oh, that's it. We'll go home. But but she cried even louder. And she said, you just want me to jump? I can't do her accent. But she goes, you just want me to jump. And anyway, as you can see, she did jump. She did say yes, and we did the canyon. We didn't do the big abseil. We ended up going back to the barbecue, but and it all worked out. I just want to thank Tracy and Glenn for all the effort they've done with all the wedding and everything. And over the years, we've had countless parties for these two. And yeah, we really appreciate it. Yeah. And, we just rock up and, everything's done. So thanks very much. If I can give Kieran and Emily one bit of advice, be thankful to God for all your blessings you've got, Kiers and Emily. For Kieran, if Emily makes half as good a wife as your mother, you're a lucky man. For those that know, Kieran isn't from Mossman or some poshy place in Melbourne. He's actually a Westie. He's done pretty good with this venue here and the outlook and everything. So drink as much of his poshy beer and wine as you can. Thanks very much. Thanks, buddy.
On Thursday night, Becky and I were flying up from Melbourne, and he goes to me, we're talking about our speeches at the bar, and he's like, oh, do you know what's getting me through mine? No one's really there to listen to me speak. Everyone's going to be listening to you. And I'm like, great. So I really have to try, I guess. I wanted to start off my speech by thanking all of you guys tonight. On behalf of Emily and I, we would really like to say, a big thank you for everyone coming today. It means so much having all of our friends and family here on our special day. We know a lot of you have come a long way, and some of you even get a special mention for trekking it interstate. Thanks so much. We are so happy all of you could be here. Thank you. I'm sure a lot of you know that events like this just don't happen. A lot of time and planning go into these. Unfortunately, I don't have time to mention everyone that put their hand forward and helped us today, but I did want to say a special thank you to Amanda. She did all the flower arrangements, everything in here. She absolutely killed it. Thanks so much. Another person I really want to thank was Emily's mum, Tracy. She was the commander. She was the commander in putting this all together. About halfway through, we did start to call her Big Boss Trace. At times, it was just because she had everything together, and also it was a little bit scary. And speaking of scary, am I now a part of the Davidson clan? Nah, I know how excited Taryn is to have a big bro. Even though he's secretly been calling me that for years. Now, I did want to thank Glenn and Tracy personally for today. Together, you have helped in more ways than I can count. They are probably some of the most generous people I've ever met. If any of you have even spent just a moment of time with them, you guys would know that. They are never thinking of anyone else but themselves. I want to tell you guys... No, that was right. I want to tell you guys a little story of the very first time I met Glenn and Tracy. Settle down, settle down. No, you're thinking of everybody else but yourselves, you know. You know, the very first time I met Glenn and Tracy, Emily had invited me over for dinner. We were like 19 at the time, and a lot of you guys know I used to be a carpenter, what feels like another life ago. And I'd just fallen off this ladder. It was like a big ladder. Amanda probably used it to get up there. Anyway, I had a broken leg at the time, and I knocked on the door, and I was greeted by this warm, kind-hearted lady who was questioning me the whole time, saying, "Oh, are you okay?" I was on crutches, I had a broken leg. "Are you okay? Does it hurt? Do you want to sit down? Do you want me to carry you?" And I was like, "Nah, it's all right. Do you want Glenn to carry you?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah," because every 19-year-old wants to be carried around by his girlfriend's father. Oop. Nah, just joking, Glenn. You can carry me whenever you want. But again, I wanted to finish off by saying a huge thank you to the Davidsons. I can't wait to spend more and more time with your family. Please join me in a toast. Now to my loving parents, Mum, Dad, you guys have been the cornerstone in my life. It has always been my privilege to refer to you as my parents. You know when you guys are like growing up and you're at school and you sort of get embarrassed by your parents? I still got all that, but maybe not as much as some of the other kids. I don't think I would be the man I am today without your guidance. You were always there when I needed advice or I was going through a tough decision. I could always count to lean on you to point me in the right direction. For that, I will be forever grateful. Growing up, I was so lucky not having one, not two, but three little brothers. Except for Jack. You started off little, but then I don't know what happened. We always had such a great childhood, and the three of you played a big part in that. I'm sorry all three of you couldn't be up here today, but Ben was just way better at scissors, paper, rock. And Backy, my best man, you have always been there through the tough times, but mostly rad. We have had so many adventures together, starting from primary school, playing sports, living together, working together. We moved states, then we lived together again. Look at us now. But thanks for standing up here with me. You really know how to steady me on. And finally, to my number one, my beautiful bride, Mrs. Emily May. I can't express how much love I have for you, but I'm going to try. I love that we always get each other, even when no one else has any idea what we're going on about. I love that you are always so happy to see me, even when you haven't had the best day. I love that you help me grow as a person. I feel we can accomplish so much together. I love that our life is such an adventure. Already we have experienced so much. Now, we have lived in so many cool places, including where it all started from, good old Blaxland, to Warrington, Coogee, St Kilda, yeah, from the east, and finally Melbourne. And as that chapter comes to a close, who knows where we could end up. That is what's going to be married to you so fulfilling. Together we can go anywhere and do anything. So please join me in one final toast to Mrs. Emily May. I can't wait to see what happens. I love you.
Cheers. Crouch in. Yeah, the kids up. Nice one, kids up. We're going to do the cutting edge piece. Oh, you want to wait a bit? It's like 8:50 now. Just wait 10 minutes.
Real things like a shoebox of photographs and sepia tone love. Love is the answer release for most of the questions in my mind. Why we're here and where we're going, nothing is so hard. Not always easy and sometimes life can be deceiving. Until the things always together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, when the stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Look at where we are and where we started and where we'd like to be someday. If this is as far as we get, if this is as high as we go, I will rest in peace, but I won't fall asleep, 'cause it's better than my wildest dreams. I will rest in peace, but I won't fall asleep, 'cause it's better than my wildest dreams. Oh, and I still don't know what lies ahead of you and me, but tonight I won't close my eyes, 'cause it's better than my wildest dreams, my wildest dreams, my wildest dreams. Yes, it's better than my wildest dreams, my wildest dreams, my wildest dreams. Life fills up the room and the streets start singing a new song to another day. sleeping out too, but our phones are ringing, and I feel the rumble of the train. If this is as far as we get, if this is as high as we go, I will rest in peace, but I won't fall asleep, 'cause it's better than my wildest dream.
We would now like to invite Glenn up to the stage for a father-daughter dance. And Bernie, Kieran's mother.
Someday, when I'm awfully alone, when the world is cold, I would feel it glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Your lovely, with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft, there is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose, it touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Tearing my fears